Does everyone have the weekday? Here's Siddur says Shabbat. You know what you're doing. No one wants to move up a little? A little chair? We did. Okay, all right, I'll take it. Wherever you feel comfortable. It's good enough for me. Oh, excellent, excellent. Let's see, there's a few honors we'll need. Our openers. Dorit. Okay, awesome. Will you dress the Torah after it's raised? Beautiful. Anyone feel like raising a Torah? You'll raise it? Beautiful. What else do we need? Ark openers. Then we need someone to hold the Torah and sing Shema and walk around with it. Oh, that's really easy. Sandy? How about you both come up? One of you hold it and sing Shema with me. It's funny, my story is about me singing Shema. Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, just chill. I have a question. I'm going to dim the lights 2 notches. You tell me if that is not good for you. I think it creates a little atmosphere, but if you can't read, then it won't be good. Okay. Is that too dim? Can't read? I just think it enables us to see the lights, but I'm a dim light person. What do you think? She never asked me because it's good. Raise your hand if you want me to raise the lights again. So welcome everyone. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Still feel a little bit of the energy from last night in the room. As joy moves into memory, let's just open with reading on the bottom of 149. Today we complete and begin the reading of Torah. We rejoice in the truth Torah brings to our people. Its teachings are eternal and inexhaustible. They are life-giving and life-renewing. Today we give thanks for the precious gift of Torah. We love it for the depth of its humanity and revere it for its mysterious power. May our study of Torah enrich our lives and bring gladness to our people. 154.
Ma tohu halecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tohu halecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael.
157 at the top. Everyone, just take a breath. Our breath and our soul are always linked. Together, my God, I thank you for my life, body, and soul, for my name, my gender, my way of thinking and speaking. Help me realize that I am something new, someone who never existed before, someone original and unique in the world. For if there had ever been someone like me, there would have been no need for me to exist. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar, umafli la'asot. 159.
Elohai
Nishama shenatata. 158 at the top. Horahi. Elohai nishama shenatata bi tehorahi. 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 160, bridging from the Hebrew to the English, or doing it all in Hebrew, or offering an amen. Choose one. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah.
Amen.
169 in the middle. We know that words of Torah should always be linked with deeds of Torah, and giving tzedakah and doing mitzvot in honor of our loved ones who have passed is always a way for us to connect to them. So in the middle of 169, there are 8 degrees of giving tzedakah, each one higher than the one before, together. To give grudgingly, reluctantly, or with regret. It's good, but it's the bottom rung. To give less than one should, but with grace. To give what one should, but only after being asked. To give before one is asked. To give without knowing who will receive it, although the recipient knows the identity of the giver. To give without making known one's identity. To give so that neither giver nor receiver knows the identity of the other. And last, to help another to become self-supporting by means of a gift alone or by finding employment for the one in need. So every time we feel that ache, that sorrow, that missing someone who we love, may we have the power and the wisdom to bring healing to our own souls by turning at least at least a little bit of that pain into an act of chesed, an act of tzedakah, an act of love. We continue with Hallelu on page 181. 181.
Hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu, hallelu, el b'kodsho, hallelu, b'ki ha'uzo. Hallelu b'gvurotav, Hallelu kerov gudlo. Hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu. Hallelu, b'teik hashofar, Hallelu, b'nevel v'chinor, Hallelu, b'tov u'machol, Hallelu, b'minim ve'ugav, Hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu. Hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu, hallelu, b'tziltzilei shama, hallelu, b'tziltzilei truah, kol hanshama tehalel Yah, hallelu, hallelujah. Hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu, 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 hallelujah, hallelu.
So a little anecdote. One of the favorite things about our home over on 15 Florence Street is we have a little breakfast nook, kitchen circa 1973. Could use some updating, but I love our little breakfast nook because there's bird feeders outside of it. And it's sort of like having an aquarium, we're just always watching these birds. And it so happened one morning as we're having breakfast, we're watching the birds, and a local cat came by. I won't tell all the gory details, but we were less one dove after that morning. It was right before Rosh Hashanah. And since that time, I filled the bird feeders up, and they usually go through one whole one in a day. No birds. Day 1, day 2, day 3. It's been a long time with these high holidays, and the birds are not coming back. And I started to think about when we experience loss and the fear and the trauma of losing or witnessing someone be lost. There's something in our souls that flutters away. Just yesterday, 2 cardinals, 3 sparrows, they came back. And slowly a few more birds began to join them. And so I'm thinking that maybe it's not coincidence that at the very end of this period of celebration and now of memory that the birds have come back. And I think Yizkor is an opportunity, no matter the pain or fear or even trauma associated with loss, that our souls are sometimes like fluttering birds, that they can come back and they can nourish themselves and know that even in the face of loss, that it's safe. It's safe to remember and to feel and to love. And so I'll keep filling the feeders through the winter. We rise for Baruch Hu on 188.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Page 190. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir v'nizkechu lanu meira leoro. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hameorot.
193 at the top. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
May be seated. Ve'ahavta 196.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
199 in the middle. Together. If people fall, can they not also rise? If they break away, can they not return? The stork in the sky knows when to migrate. The dove and the swallow know the season of return. What human instinct knows the time to turn back? What cue sparks the conscience of the soul? We pray to sense this day anew, attuned to the call of sacred living. Micha Mocha 202.
Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh Nora tehilot osef ele Nora tehilot osef ele Shira chadasha shibechu geolim Leshimcha al sfad hayam yahad kulam hodu vehimlechu ve'amru Adonai yimloch leolam vaed Adonai yimloch leolam vaed Yai lai yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 lai.
Before we rise for the Amidah, I invite you to turn to page 206. And just to draw our attention to the fact that our first blessing, or series of blessings as we begin the Amidah, talks about who? Who are we honoring in this blessing unto? Our fathers and mothers, or anyone who's come before, greats, or even maybe not even a blood relative, but someone in your past who's had a mark on you. So in a moment, we'll rise for the Amidah, but I want you to maybe hold in your consciousness one person in your family's past and a quality or a teaching they brought to you that has changed you, that has left an imprint on your soul. And then holding that quality, when you're ready, you'll rise for the Amidah. So turn back. We're on page 204. We'll sing Adonai Sifatai repeatedly, and when you've got the quality in your consciousness, you'll stand up.
Adonai Sifatai tiftachu fi yagid tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Anora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chazdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי Hakol, page 212. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, keshem shemagdishim oto b'shmei marom, kakatuv al yad neviyaha, v'karaz el ze ve'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech ol haaretz, Kevodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adoneinu, Madir, Shimcha bechol haaretz. Baruch kevod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, berachamav leinei kol chai. Ani Adonai Eloheihem, Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Tzion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid godlecha, Ulnetzach netzachim kedushatcha nagdish. V'shivchachanu Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
Together on 214 at the bottom. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, Adonai, our God, you have given us feasts of gladness and seasons of joy, this festival of Atzeret Simchat Torah, season of rejoicing, to unite in worship and recall the exodus from Egypt. So, of course, Sukkot Simchat Torah is a chag, and what defines a chag? It's a pilgrimage festival. It's one of the ones when we come home. So with that thought in the middle of 2:15 together, one does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns, one ascends, the road taken by generations, the path of longing on the way to redemption. One bring rucksacks stuffed with memories to each mountain and each hill. In the cobbled white alleyways one offers a blessing for memories of the past which have been renewed. One does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns. And before we go into silent prayer, one last blessing in the middle of 2:16. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel, and recall
our merit for
good and grace,
and in loving kindness
and compassion
for life
and peace on this festival of Atzeret Simchat
Torah.
Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova.
Amen.
Ufokdenu vo livracha.
Amen.
V'hoshienu vo l'chaim.
Amen.
We continue silently, seated or standing, from pages 218 to 226.
Shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Hallel It can be found at the bracha before reciting or singing Hallel. Can be found on 296.
Please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et Hallel. Page 298. B'tzeit Yisrael mi-Mitzrayim Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez B'tzeit Yisrael mi-Mitzrayim Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez Hayta Yehuda lekodsho Yisrael mamshlotav Hayam Ravayanos Hayardem Yisov le'ahor Hey Harim Rakdu Chelim Givaot Kivnei Tzon B'tzeit Yisrael mi-Mitzrayim Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Page 302 in the middle in the Hebrew. Ozi vezimrat Yah vayeli lishua. 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 Page 303. Pituli sharei tzedek avovam odeyah. Pituli sharei tzedek avovam odeyah. Zeh ashar la'Adonai tzadikim yavo'u vo. Zeh ashar la'Adonai tzadikim yavo'u vo. Pituli sharei tzedek avovam odeyah.
Our Torah service begins on page 230, so I invite up our ark openers and at least one of our Torah holders, or both of you can stay. Beautiful. Gavin Baums, whatever.
Ein kamocha
Hava Elohim Adonai
ve'ein kema'asecha malachutecha malachut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor.
Adonai Melech Adonai
Malach Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz lamo yitein. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiva v'imtzota et Zion.
Tivnei Chomot Yerushalayim
Adon Olamim, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah, Adonai, Mi Yerushalayim,
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Shemo Yachdav.
Lecha Adonai Hagedola, V'Hagevura, V'Hatiferet, V'Hanetzach, Ki hol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Ki hol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai Hamamlacha, V'mitnaseh lechol rosh. Al shlosha devarim,
Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam, Ha'olam, Omed. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim,
Al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gimilut hasadim.
Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim.
You may be seated. So one of the things we think about at this season when we end the Torah and then begin again, as we did last night, is that every ending is connected somehow to a new beginning. And even as we've come here to acknowledge and sit with loss and precious memory, the stories of endings are bound to new beginnings as well. And so if anyone in this room has a new beginning from the year that has passed that they want to acknowledge, this is a creative aliyah. We'll help you with the Hebrew. But something new, maybe small, maybe big, maybe it was a baby or a marriage, or maybe something, anything. If you want to come up for this aliyah to celebrate new beginnings, even in the face of endings, come on up. Whoa. No new beginnings this year? Okay. We can't read the Torah without you, so. And Tracy, would you come on up to help follow along in the Torah? Awesome. Exactly. So nothing is sweeter than what's your new beginning?
Grandson Samuel,
Born on
April 16th.
My son and daughter each got new jobs.
Awesome. May they go forth in blessing. Okay.
Baruch et Adonai hamvarach. Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim, Yikaveh hamayim mitahat hashamayim el makom echad, v'teraheh hayabasha vayhi chen. Vayikra Elohim layabasha eretz, ulmikveh hamayim kara yamim, vayar Elohim kitov. Vayar Elohim tadshe haaretz deshe ese mazriya zera etz peri ose peri lemino asher zarovo al haaretz vayhichen vatotze haaretz deshe Esev mazriya zera leminehu va'etz ose peri asher zarovo leminahehu vayar Elohim kitov vayhi erev vayhi voker yom shlishi.
Did you have a new beginning?
Yes. My oldest grandson started college.
Awesome. Okay. Do you need why don't you come over and stand?
Yes.
Okay. The group. The new beginning group. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei avon atah b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
So a blessing for you all. May your children and grandchildren continue to bring blessing and hope and healing and joy. And may they go from strength to strength.
Thank you, Tara.
And inspire you to have new beginnings as well, even if they're not children. Okay, we'll take a Misha Berach moment, I think. Never want to miss a chance to think of those in need of healing.
Page 247. Page 247.
So any names for Misha Berach? Do you have a name for Misha Berach? Do you have a name for Misha Berach? Okay, it's something we do here. We do this hand thing.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach imotenu, Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So Cantor Lappin is not only lifting us up in song, he's going to lift the Torah as well. And for the honor of Galila, my fellow Feldman, we'll meet you down there. Okay, when the Torah rises, we will rise as well. We're on the bottom of 246.
משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Page 250, Eitz Chaim. And our ark openers can come on up again, Dorit and Arlene. Towards the bottom, Eitz Chaim. You may be seated. One of the ways, I think, one of the profound ways that we preserve memory in the Jewish tradition is that when we offer a story or a teaching from someone, we offer it and then we say, B'Shem Omro, in his name, keeping each other alive through the stories we tell. So this is B'Shem in a story told by Rabbi Marcus Lehman. I was in a great hurry that morning, heading to a delegation slated to meet with the German Minister of Education. I had only 30 minutes to get to the station, where two other representatives of the Mainz Jewish community awaited me, and from where we would board a train to the capital. I had already put on my coat when I heard an unfamiliar voice in the hallway asking to see me immediately. I heard my wife explaining that I was in a terrible rush and suggesting to the visitor that maybe they come back the following day. No, the unknown voice cried. Tomorrow will be too late. It's absolutely urgent. It's a matter of life and death. I ran into the hallway and invited the stranger into my study. Please, tell me what the problem is, very quickly, I said. I'm about to leave the station, and the carriage is already waiting. Yes, Rabbi, but first, Shalom Aleichem. Don't you recognize me? The little white-haired old man asked. No, I'm sorry, but please get to the point. I'm sorry, but I can just give you a minute. Yes, Rabbi, the little man said, settling comfortably into a chair. It is indeed a matter of life and death, but I'm surprised you don't remember me. About a year ago, I heard you give a sermon in your synagogue. What a sermon! Every word you uttered was a gem. I have a good memory, Rabbi. I could repeat it for you if you like. My dear friend, I replied, please, I beg of you, just get to the point. Otherwise, you'll be sitting here by yourself. I really must run. All right, Rabbi. This is the story. 30 years ago, I married a true Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor. For 25 years, we lived happily, and then 5 years ago, my wife passed away. I was getting annoyed. I'm afraid there's not much I can do to help you with that problem, sir. Come back tomorrow, and I'd be more than happy to hear the whole story of your life, but simply, I've got to leave for the station. My train is departing. The old man clutched my sleeve. Please, hear me out, he begged. I assure you, the life of a live person is at stake. Let me continue. So, he went on, a few years ago, my son moved to America. After my wife died, he asked me to come live with him. I went, but I didn't like it in America, so I came back. And that was a year ago. And about the same time, I heard your sermon. The sermon! What a sermon! Every word a pearl, Rabbi. Again with the sermon, I cried, looking at my watch. All right, I won't mention the sermon again, said the rabbi, but just listen to what happened. I arrived home a few days before the Brit Milah, the bris, of my grandson from another child, and was given the honor of being the sandek, the one who got to hold this blessed child at his bris. But unfortunately, the day before the Brit Milah, the baby got sick, and, well, he passed away. Well, I felt so terrible for making the man rush. But that isn't why I'm here, he said. Bezrat Hashem, last week, my daughter gave birth to another son. And again, they asked me to be the sandek. B'sha'a tova, I said, may the Brit Milah take place in a good and auspicious time. And I started to run to the door. I'm trying to get out, and I'm running, and I run. But Rabbi, the man said, I'm afraid you don't understand. I persisted. I have to get to the train. But I don't know, Rebbe. Maybe I should be the sandek, maybe I shouldn't. So let someone else be the sandek, I said distractedly as I scrambled into the waiting carriage. And the name! What am I going to call him? What should we name the baby? Should we name him Yitzchak Shlomo as we plan to name the first baby? Or should we choose a different name? This is a life and death matter. You want me to pick a name? I cried, finally losing my patience. Call him Avraham, Baruch, Chaim, David, Micha, Yerucham, or Zerach. And I jumped in the carriage and told the driver I would pay him double if we got to the station on time. As soon as we arrived at the station, we heard the train departing. I was beside myself. How could I ever excuse my lateness to the minister? Should we even go at all? But the other members of the delegation who had waited for me at the station were more amused than upset when they heard the cause for my delay, and we decided to take the next train and hope the minister would excuse us. It was scheduled to depart in just 2 hours. So we went home and we returned to the station. But when we did, the whole place was in an utter uproar, a balagan. You may guess, the train we had missed had been involved in a terrible accident, and many of the passengers had been killed and many more injured. So in retrospect, this little old cloying man with his rambling story had been a malach, an emissary, and indeed it had been a matter of life and death. The minister had been very worried about us and was delighted to learn that we had not been on the ill-fated train at all, and the delegation's mission was conducted successfully. 2 years later, I passed through a certain village. I had become well known as someone who was active in politics in the region, and many of the townfolk came out to greet me, and standing in the front of the line was a little old white-haired man. Shalom Alechem, do you remember me? He asked. A few years ago, I heard you give a sermon. Such a sermon. It sounded familiar to me. The old man was holding a small child in his arms. And this is my grandson. And his name is Abraham Baruch Chaim David Micha Yerucham Zerach. Whew! So many names. Now I knew who the man was. But you yourself told us to name him that, the old man replied. I have an excellent memory. I can even repeat your sermon word for word if you'd like. Aye, what a sermon it was. So I am thinking that each of us is a little like the rabbi in the story, rushing to meet the train. Each of us on our way, on the run to an important obligation, an important task, tending to the business of life. But then Yizkor arrives like that little white-haired man in the story, not always at an opportune moment, maybe right smack dab in the middle of the week, maybe when we didn't plan or had some other errand we had to run. But Yizkor tells us to pause for memory. Yizkor comes to tell a story, maybe a rambling one. Aye, that sermon you told, what a gem. Should I be the Sandik? And we can't make it to the station on time because we have to pause. Listen to the story, commands Yizkor. And so I invite you now to take that pause. And I think many of us are coming with many names, many stories. I want you to find one story connected to one name and slow down the wheels, that freight train of the mind that's always leaving the station, and settle on one story of one person you are honoring with your presence here today. A story that may stop you in your tracks. And just take a moment to remember the story from start to finish in its detail. Maybe it's a quirky one of laughter or one of sorrow or a mundane moment or a story that has been memorialized through retelling part of a family lore or a photograph. What season did it happen in? What was the light? How old were you? What did your loved one's voice sound like? Who else was there? Find that story and retell it in silence, in your mind's eye, in the solitude of your own soul. When you're ready, you can bring your consciousness back to this room. So Yizkor, like that little white-haired man, comes to tug us away from life and enable us to dip into the deep well of memory, a messenger from the past. And indeed, I think these stories do have the power to renew, maybe even to save a life, maybe even lead to the future, to a grandchild named Abraham Baruch Chaim David Micha Yerucham Zerach, or whatever the future may hold. but may we continue to hold our sacred stories and through them to feel the presence of our loved ones, so that if even for a moment we can transcend time and space and bring that person into the present. And may the memory of our loved ones be an eternal blessing. Amen. Yizkor will begin on page
313. Shamayim va'aretz Ezri me'im Adonai Oseh Shamayim va'aretz Esahenai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Hezri Esahenai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Hezri.
We continue on page 315 at the bottom. Each person has a name. We each have a name given by God and given by our father and mother. We each have a name given by our stature and smile and given by our attire. We each have a name given by the hills and given by the walls. We each have a name given by the stars and given by our friends. We each have a name given by our sins and given by our yearnings. We each have a name given by our enemies and given by our love. We each have a name given by celebrations and given by our work. We each have a name given by the seasons and given by our blindness. We each have a name given by the sea and given by our death. On page 314.
Shiviti Adonai lanagdi tamid ki mimini balemot lachein samach libi vayagal kevodi af besari yishkon lavetach כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחת, תודיעני אורח חיים, אורח חיים, שובע שמחות, את פניך נעימות בימינך נצח. שיביתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד.
continue with our own personal and silent recitation of Yizkor, page 316 and 17. You can find one or two prayers through which to memorialize your loved one, your loved ones. We rise for El Malay Rachamim on 318.
Hametzei menucha nechona tachat kanfei hashechina im kiddoshim utichorim kizohar harahiyam azirim lenishmat yakireinu shehalchu leolamam bal harachamim yastirei beseter kenafav leolamim ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם. אדוני הוא נחלתם. וינוחו בשלום על משכבם. ונאמר Amen.
We'll offer 319 responsively, first me, then you. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them.
In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them.
In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them.
In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them.
In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them.
In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them.
When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them.
When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them.
When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as they live, we too shall live, for they are now a part of us, as we remember them. Aleinu is on 322.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tegidula l'yotzer breishit, shelo asanu ki goyei haratzot, velo samanu ki mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ
Taking names for Kaddish. I know there may be a few of them. That's all right. We can go slowly. Kaddish Yatom 334. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. B'agala u'v'zman karib yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach ve'alam l'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithada v'yitale v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran v'alma v'yimru. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring us peace and strength and enable us to continue to live and reach for life with hope and continue to make the memories of our loved ones a blessing.
Amen.
So we'll close with Kiddush because it's important that we end with a sweet taste. And there are apples and caramel if you want to take on your way out. But one thing that I'm thinking of is one of the people I'm remembering today was someone who, while very thin, adored food and would always make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with so much jelly that it was always just falling out the sides. And I think that is a beautiful metaphor for what we're trying to do today, to have, even with the pain, that sweetness be the taste that lingers. And so we're on page 341. These are the appointed seasons of Adonai, the sacred days that you shall proclaim at their appointed times.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Please join with us. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh